Hey guys, it's Abby, and today I am doing a different video for you guys. I asked you guys in, I forget what video it was, if you guys wanted to see my eyeshadow palette collection, and so today I'm going to do that for you guys. It's going to be a really long video. I don't have as many eyeshadow palettes as some do, but I do have quite a lot, and I do have like a pile of subscription box palettes that I've received, as well as palettes that I've purchased in the past few years. So I'm gonna show you guys everything that I have in front of me, which is a lot. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. We're gonna jump right in so we're not here for hours. I'm going to start with the subscription box palettes that I received in these past few years and show you guys the different ones that I've received and let you guys know which ones are my favorite, which ones I really haven't used. And then we'll go on to the palettes that I have purchased throughout these years. So I'm going to show you guys a lot of the palettes and just tell you guys where I think I've received them, which most of the time for most of these I know where I got them, but some of them I just don't remember. So, okay, so here's the Ace Beauty palette, or Ace Butte palette. I'm not really sure which one it is. I received this in my BoxyCharm. I've only used this a few times. I tend to go into this shade a lot, but I have a lot of these shades in a lot of other palettes, so I don't like grab for this one very much. Plus it's smaller, so it's like on the bottom of my palettes and I never really see it. So the Ace Butte palette, this one was from BoxyCharm. I have the Morphe palette, and this is the 15N eyeshadow palette, and I got this in my Boxy Luxe like 2 months ago, and it has this huge mirror right here, which I absolutely love. And there is all the shades. To be honest with you guys, I've only used this a few times and it's not good. It's not a good palette. It gets very muddy on my eyes. So if you're looking for a Morphe palette, this isn't the one to get. 15 shades, and I believe this is like $15.99, but it's not worth the $15.99 because these muddied up on my eyelids so badly. I like took it off, tried to put it back on, and it just didn't work for me. So there's that. The next palette is the Pure Soiree Diaries palette, and I used this so much when I got it. I got this from my BoxyCharm, and I literally used this until like I was like, Abby, you got to start using other eyeshadows. Like you can see on the bottom of this that these are like almost hitting pan, and that one already hit pan. Like I used the crap out of this palette. Such a great palette. I love this palette. Again, I got it from BoxyCharm. Then we have the Crown Pro palette, Crown Pro palette, and this is, I don't know what this one is, but it's just, it has a mirror right here and it looks like this. Again, I mean, it's not a bad palette. The shades are beautiful. I just don't grab for it often because I do have so many palettes that are the same colors as these, but it is beautiful. I hope that it's not, I hope you guys can see that. It is a really pretty palette. I just don't grab for it, and it did work. It worked pretty well. The next one is this. This is the Smith & Colt palette I received in, I think it was an Ipsy Plus, I think. I don't remember. And this is the palette that I thought was broken because I didn't know that all of their stuff is dented. But it's a Book of Eyes, Mannequin Moves, Diary of a Beauty Junkie by Smith & Colt. And it has a big mirror right here, and then, well, not big, but a mirror. And it has these shades, and I've only used like this one maybe once, maybe this one once. I really don't grab for this at all. Like, I don't grab for this palette at all. The next one is the Ruby May Cosmetics palette, and I don't remember where I got this, but I definitely know I got this from a subscription box. And here are the shades. I have used this one a few times, but the rest of them I really haven't used. So we have this one. The next one is the Lacquer Desert Mirage palette. I received this in a Lola box. And when I received this, I was so excited. I was like, this is gonna be a great palette, but I really haven't used it much. I have used this, and I have used this one, and I do love that shade right there, but I really just don't grab for it very often. I don't really have an excuse why, I just don't. They're really pretty, and when I pulled this out of my eyeshadow palette collection drawer, I was like, wow, I should use this, but I don't, and I should. So this was from Lola. I have the Pure Festivals palette that we all just saw in our BoxyCharm this past month. Has a nice big mirror here, and it has all of these bright shades as well as 2 glitter shades, and I haven't used this yet. I just got it last week, so I haven't used this one yet. Then I have the Moods palette by Laura Sanchez. I got this in my Ipsy, and it's eyeshadows, and then it has some highlights right here. I just got this this month, and I haven't used it yet. I think I tried the highlight, the white highlight, and it has like a pink hue to it, but I haven't like used the actual eyeshadows yet. I just haven't had time yet. I mean, it's only been a week. The next one is this Huda Beauty palette. I received this in my BoxyCharm. I received this in my Glam Plus, Ipsy Glam Plus, and it's on my eyes right now. I use this palette all the time. Like, this is one of my favorite palettes I've ever received from any subscription box. As you can tell, I use it all the time. This is one of my favorite shades to pop right in the center. I love this for my brow bone. I've used this shade, and this shade the most. And I always go for like these two. But this one's on the center of my lid today. This one, and then this is on top of it. And I used this shade for my brow bone, and then I use these two shades right here to put in my crease, and then I use this to deepen it up. I love this palette so much. I'm so glad I got that palette. The next thing is this Marabella eyeshadow palette. I did get another one in another subscription box. I put that in a giveaway. It looks like this. It's like a $50 palette, and it's stupid. I'll never use it. Like, ever, ever, ever. I'll never use this, guys. I know I won't. I keep it because I got it and I stuck my fingers in it. So the next thing is this. This is the One Shot eyeshadow palette by Chico Y Chico, and I got this in a Joa box, and it looks like this. It's really pretty. The eyeshadows work really well. I only used it twice since I got it, but it's because it's small and I don't grab for small palettes that often, but it's a good eyeshadow palette. I was surprised at how good this was. So I need to like put this on top of my stuff and grab for it more. Here's a Winky Lux kitten palette and this was one that I got in BoxyCharm, and the packaging is so cute. Do you guys remember getting this one? We got this one a lot. I mean, all of us got this in one of our palettes. In one of our boxes, but I never used it. I think I used it like 3 times, and then I like never touched it again. I forgot all about it. So this shade right here is super cool. It's like a duochrome shade. They're beautiful shades. They don't work bad. I just don't grab for it very often. I don't know why. I don't really have an excuse. I just don't grab for it. The next one is this. This is a Studio Makeup on the Go eyeshadow palette. I got this in my BoxyCharm way back when, and I used it a lot when I first got it. We also got another one of these, but I gave it away. And I don't remember who I gave it to. But we did get another one of these palettes, and they're not bad. They're just not like my favorite palettes. The next thing is this. It's a Dream Big Tarte palette. I don't remember where I got this. I know it's from a subscription box, but I don't remember which subscription box it was. And I'm going to say the entire video. And it looks like this. I don't grab for this very much either. I do like Tarte shadows. I just don't grab for this, and I don't really have an excuse why. It's just not one of those palettes that I grab for. So, but I do like that I got a Tarte palette. The next thing is the Pure BoxyCharm palette that all of us received in our BoxyCharm, and this looks like this. Has a nice big mirror right here, and then it looks like this. I used to love this shade so much. Whenever I would do a purple look, I would go into this palette just for this, because it like blends out pink. It goes on purple, but it has like this pink undertone that's beautiful. And then I have used these shades down here, but I just don't grab for this very much unless I'm doing a purple look and I grab for that purple. The next thing is this. This is the Pure Midnight Masquerade face palette, and it looks like this, and I never grab for this, ever. I never ever grab for this. These blushes are so pigmented that if you were to like dip your brush in too hard, you would look like a clown, and I just don't grab for these shades at all. It's just not, these just aren't shades that I like go for, so I never grab for this, ever. Ever. Then I got this Tarte palette. I got this in a Lola box, and I used this so much. This was one of my favorite palettes that I got from a subscription box. I don't know what it was about this, if it was just like a great everyday palette, but I love this palette so much. And the blush is super pretty. This is my favorite shade in the palette. It's just great for like any eye look that you do. You can put that as a base shade, and I really, really liked this palette. The next one is the Alamar palette, and I used the crap out of this when I first got it. I don't use it very often anymore. I think I got this before the summer, or after like, or during the summer of last year. This is such a pretty palette. This gold right here is like a green gold. It is so stunning. And I use this a lot. And then I just stopped using it. Like I got something else and I started using that and I just don't grab for it anymore, but I'm gonna grab for it again because this is a really, really good palette. The next 3 palettes are the IBY palettes that I received in some of the subscription boxes. I think it was like Yes Oh Yes, Lola, and yeah, I think Yes Oh Yes and Lola. City Limits looks like this and the shadows look like this, and I used this so much. I love IBY eyeshadow palettes. These 3 eyeshadow palettes are awesome. I don't grab for poolside very much. I have a hair on my face. Oh my gosh, did I just put... I don't grab for the poolside, which I'll show you in a minute, very much, but this one I use all the time still. It is so good. The colors are so pretty. It's just such a great palette. They blend like a dream. I love this palette. Then we got the Desert Vibe palette or Desert Vibes palette, and this was my like all-time favorite palette for like 6 months. It is so good. It's just so good. I got all 3 of these palettes for $30, like together. Like I bought a collection of these to give away and I got them for $30, all 3 of them. This is such a great palette, guys. I use the crap out of this palette. It is just so good. Really like IBY eyeshadow palettes. They're so good. And then here's the poolside one, and this one's good too. I just don't grab for it as much because I don't use these colors as much, but that's really pretty right there. And that pink shimmer is to die for. It is so, so pretty. I really, really like these IBY palettes. They're like some of my favorite palettes. Okay, so I think this is the last subscription box palette that I have with me right now. There were so many other ones, but oh wait, no, this is from a Ipsy. This is the Pacifica eyeshadow palette, and I put this out here because I do have quite a few little palettes, but I think little palettes need a chance too. It's not just big palettes that need to be in your eyeshadow collection. The little ones need to be there too. But I got this in an Ipsy, and I never used it. Just never used it. Just never interested me that much. And then this one is the Spoiled Cosmetics palette. I just started getting Spoiled Cosmetics last month and I already canceled it. I wanted to see what the palettes were like, and I got this palette for this month, which is April, and it says Love Sucks Volume S. I don't know, but here it is. And it has a nice big mirror right here, but this looks like a Valentine's Day one. So if this was sent in February, I'd understand, but it wasn't. It was sent in April, and I don't know. I just don't like, first of all, I don't like the palette. I don't like the colors very much, and they didn't work very well. And if I'm gonna pay $20 for a subscription box, I want a palette that I'm gonna use, especially if that's all they send you. If they only send you one palette, I want it to work, and it didn't, so I canceled. And I didn't even make an unboxing of it because I didn't think you guys would wanna see it. Okay, so then now I'm gonna start with my tinier palettes. This is the Japanese Velvet Touch eyeshadow palette. I got this from Ulta, and the packaging looks like this, and it looks like this. It has a nice big mirror on the inside, and there are the shades. I don't know why I got this. I never use it. These are really good for highlighting the inner corner of your eyes, but I truly never use this palette. It looks a mess because it's a messy, like, it's just a messy palette, and it has a lot of fallout, but I just never use this. This is the Pixie by Petra. I got this in like a swap that I think I got this in a swap, or I won a giveaway. And here are the shades. These are very pretty. I just don't grab for it very often. This is called the Plum Quartz palette. Here is a Bare Minerals palette, and this is the Truth Bare Minerals Ready Eyeshadow 4.0. And it just has 4 eyeshadows in there. And I used to grab for this all the time when I first started using eyeshadow, but I don't grab for it very much anymore. It's just a everyday eyeshadow look. You can just use, you can make a dramatic look and a not so dramatic look with this. I just don't grab for it. The next thing is the Dose, I don't know, palette that I received. I think I got this in a subscription box, maybe a glossy box, or I got like these individual eyeshadows and then I made the palette. I don't remember, but here they are. I never ever grabbed for this ever. It's just like this this is the only real color, and then there's gray, black, and white. So I don't know, it's just, it's boring, super boring. The next thing is this. This is the Tarte Double Duty Beauty Eye Cheek Palette, Happy Girl Shine Brighter. It looks like this. And this is one of my first Tarte palettes that I ever got. It's completely ruined. I don't know what happened to it, to be honest with you. I've had this for like 4 years and it's completely ruined. Like even the black right here is starting to turn yellow. So when I opened this up today, I was like, I need to get rid of this palette. It's old, it's gross. Like, why do I still have it? So I am just going to toss this when I'm done, but I wanted to show it to you because I've had it forever. And the next one is this. This is the Tarteist Pro To Go. When I purchased this, I was so excited because I was like, I have a Tarte palette. Maybe I forgot about that one. I'm not sure, but I was so excited about this. This is such a great little palette. This is one of the palettes that made me fall in love with Tarte. It's so, so good. You get these two little shimmers right here, and then these are, yeah, you have two shimmers. Oh, that's a shimmer too. And then you have these mattes. That's such a pretty matte. And that one's really nice. This is a whole eye look right here. You can do your entire eye look except for eyeliner and mascara with this. Okay, so let's do drugstore real quick. So I have a bunch of drugstore palettes right here. I'm gonna show you these three first. This is the L'Oreal Paradise Enchanted palette. This was, I think, $14.99. I love this palette. When I first got it, I used it all the time. It's so pretty. It's just like this really pretty subtle eye look makeup. Like I was doing really pretty just pink tones and light brown tones, and I really, really like this palette. Plus it smells like peaches, so I mean, okay. So I have this one, and then I have the two Maybelline palettes right here. These are the Soda Pop and the Lemonade Craze. I really enjoyed the Lemonade Craze one for like a week or two. I used a lot of it. I mean, I used it a lot, and I really love that shade right there, and I liked that too. I thought it was really pretty. I thought that it worked really well. I never complained about it because it's just a, I don't know, it was worth the money. It was like $10, and I really like this palette. So because I liked the Lemonade Craze so much, I went and got the Soda Pop, and this one wasn't as great as the Lemonade Craze. This is more purples and oranges. It is very pretty. This shade is really pretty right here, and I do like that as a base shade, and that is really pretty. But that purple wasn't very good, and I think it was that one that I didn't like. No, it was this one that I don't remember, but I just didn't really like this palette very much. So I don't pick this one up as much. Actually, I don't pick that up ever anymore, but I do grab for this one quite often, as well as the L'Oreal one. I do like the L'Oreal one a lot. I have the Maybelline Nudes right here, and then I have the Maybelline Blush Nudes. And when I first started doing makeup, the Maybelline Blush Nudes was my favorite palette ever before I started like dabbling into higher end makeup. You guys can tell I hit pan, like I loved this palette so much. And the reason why I still have it is because I'm not ready to give it away. It was like the first eyeshadow palette that I fell in love with and realized that I really liked eyeshadow, and I don't want to give it away yet. So I just keep it in my drawer. I know it's old, and I just keep it there so I can look at it and reminisce about the old days when I never put eye makeup on. And then I have these, and these are just the nudes, the Maybelline nudes, and I picked this up because I really like the blush nudes, and I just never really liked it. I didn't like it as much as the blush nudes. It's a lot darker, and it just wasn't my thing, so I haven't really used that. Then I have the CoverGirl True Naked Roses palette, and I don't remember ever using this. I'm sure I did. I just don't remember it. And it's pretty. It's pretty. I really like that shade. I just don't remember using it. It's been a while since I have even seen this one. And then I have the Revlon Color Stay Not Just Nudes palette. And I don't remember using this one either. I don't even remember when I got this one. And here are these shades. I don't remember picking this up or buying it, or I just don't remember. I don't know. I just don't remember. When I pulled this out, I was like, oh, I have a Revlon palette. And the last drugstore palette that I have is the Matte Barb Maybelline New York palette. And I use this all the time, guys. This is really, really good. This is one of their newer palettes that came out, and this is really good. I really like this palette a lot. I love all the colors. That purple is gorgeous. Like, all of these colors are so pretty. I don't use this one very much, and I don't use that one. That's kind of like a darker khaki, but I love this palette. Like, I love this palette. I don't hear a lot of people talking about it. When I saw it in the store, it was the first time that I saw it. So I was like, is this new? I haven't seen it before. And I saw it a few times before I picked it up. It kind of just called my name every single time I saw it. And I really, really like this palette a lot. A lot. So let's do ColourPop because I have a few ColourPop palettes and they're all right here. So I'm going to show you these because we still have a lot to go through and I apologize. I know it's going to be a longer video. I kind of warned you guys in the beginning it was going to be long. So, okay. So we have the Ooh La La palette by ColourPop and I don't like this palette at all. It has a nice big mirror right here. But I don't like this palette at all. It got very, very muddy whenever I tried to use it. And then I got so aggravated with it, I just stopped trying. This is very pretty for the inner corner and for like a center lid pop. Like if you just want a big shiny lid, that's really good. But all of these muddied up on me and I just didn't like it. So I don't pick this up very much. I might try and use it again and see if I can make it work, but I just couldn't make this work. So many people love this palette and I can't make it work. The next one is the Dream Street palette. I love this palette. It's still one of my go-to palettes. If I am looking for just like a everyday look or something bright, I look for this palette. Like this is just such a great palette. This shade right here is stunning. If I had balls, I would wear this all the time. That's really pretty. I'm gonna keep saying pretty. This is a great palette, and ColourPop is very, very, very affordable. ColourPop is so affordable. So if you're looking for like a good everyday palette from ColourPop, this is a really great one, and I love Kathleen Light, so I love this palette. The next one is the Fortune palette by ColourPop, and I love this so much. Some of my favorite eye looks are from this palette. Sometimes when I wear my red shirt, the V-neck red shirt, and I need something that kind of like goes with the shirt, I'll pick this palette up and use it. First of all, the packaging is so cute, and my sister Amanda told me about this palette. She was like, Abby, look at this palette I just picked up. And I almost died when I saw it, and I was like, I need it, so I picked it up. Look how pretty that is. I use this shade, this shade, this shade, this shade, this shade, this shade all the time. And that's like a duochrome shade right there. And I mean, this palette's just so good. So good. I love this palette so much. Yes, I do. It's like one of my favorite palettes. Every single time I go to do an eye look, I'm like, I want to use that palette. And then I have to say, Abby, stop using the same palette. Next one from ColourPop is the Villains palette. And I don't know why I bought this palette. I purchased this palette along with another one, and I can't figure out why I did it. Like, why did I pick this up? Because I don't think I'm ever going to use it. I haven't used it since I purchased it. Here is the packaging, and here are the shades. I haven't touched it. Not one of these shades has been touched. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I might end up doing a giveaway. If you stay to the end of this video and you want to enter this giveaway, maybe I'll give away this one because I haven't touched this. Not once have I touched any of these shades, and it's because I don't know what the heck to do with them. I have no idea how to make an eye look with this. So we're going to do a giveaway at the end of this video, and I'm going to give away this for you guys. So let's put this aside. I'll make sure not to drop it and break it. The last ColourPop palette that I own is the Sweet Talk palette, and right now this is my all-time favorite palette. I love this palette so much. I actually really love ColourPop palettes. I don't know how they do it, how they make such great palettes and such great anything, any of their makeup products for so cheap. Like, they're so affordable. This, guys, is such a good palette. Like, this is amazing. One of my favorite palettes. Yes, yes, yes. I've been wearing it so much. Like, that one's completely dug into, and that's like a very weird, different shade. It kind of reminds me of their Super Shock formula. So you need you either need to use your finger or something, but it's glittery, guys. This is like a chunky, glittery shade. And oh my God, it's like just dreamy. It's a peachy, just dreamy shade. This whole palette's freaking amazing. When you guys have lately been saying, Abby, what are you wearing on your eyes? And I'm like, I'm wearing the Sweet Talk palette because it's so freaking good. Like, this is freaking amazing. Freaking awesome. Get yourself the Sweet Talk palette. I think it's $16. Amazing. Okay. We've got some more to go. We're gonna be here forever. Okay, so here's a Lorac palette. This is the Lorac Los Angeles palette. I think that's all it's called, but I love the packaging. Look how cute the packaging is. We got butterflies and starfish and lips and shells and snowflakes and just so much going on. And here we have a nice mirror right here, and then here are the shades. I used this all the time when I first got it. I don't remember when I got it, but when I did get it, I used it all the time, and it's so pretty. And like I said before, Lorac palettes are amazing and they blend amazing. I just don't know why people don't talk about them very much. Such a good palette. Oh, I do have more ColourPop. Okay, wait. I have the Yes Please palette by ColourPop, and I had this before and then I lost it somehow. How I lost an eyeshadow palette in my house, I will never know. But I did have this, and then I purchased another one because I love this so much. Last year, I wore this on my face every day. Like, every day. This is the palette that made me start going darker with my eyeshadow. Like, it was this shade that made me start going darker. It was like, Abby, put some darkness on your eyes, do it, and I did, and I loved it. And I think I got this one in a subscription box, but I didn't want to put it in my subscription box pile because I didn't know if I was telling you the truth or not. This is the All I See Is Magic palette, and it looks like this, and just like I said, it's gorgeous. And this one, this purple right here, kind of blends out with a pinker tone. This is like a green duochrome. This is a great base shade. This is a great inner corner. This is a really pretty palette. Pretty, Abby? Stop saying pretty. This is a really nice palette. I don't grab for it as often as some of the other ones, but I do grab for it and I do like it. Okay, the next thing is the Lorac Pro palette. This is the number 3 and it's just regular plain packaging, but this is fantastic. This is such a great palette. This is the palette that I learned how to do like everyday nude looks. This is the palette that I learned on because these are such great base shades right here. I learned what a base shade was on this palette, and I learned how to do purple with that. Like this palette taught me so much. This is a great beginner's palette. Love this so much. I need to start using it more. Okay, the next one is this. This is Beauty Creations Tease Me palette. I don't remember where I got this. Maybe in a subscription box. I have no idea. And this is all right. I don't use it very often. Just don't. Oh wait, I might have got this from my Slay Glam box. Is that where I got you? Maybe. I mean, it's not great. I have used this one, but I haven't used this very much. It's not the best palette. It's just a palette that's in my collection. Next thing is my Makeup Geek palette, and I got some of these shades sent to me in their mystery box, and then I purchased this one by itself. This is a really pretty shade. I love that one. But it's just a palette that I got all the single eyeshadows and I put them in there because I got a Z palette with the mystery box, and I put them in there, and then I purchased this one by itself and stuck it in there, and that's that. Makeup Geek. And then, oh, here's the Makeup Geek palette. This is the Peach Bellini palette, and I love this palette so much, but I got the Peach Bellini palette and the Sweet Talk palette by ColourPop like during the same week. So because I've been grabbing the ColourPop one so often, I haven't really grabbed for this one, but this is just as good. It's so pretty, and Makeup Geek makes great eyeshadows. I mean, look at this. It's really nice. It's a really nice palette. It's just some of the same colors that I have in the Sweet Talk palette, so I don't really grab for it, but I'm excited to have more Makeup Geek because I like Makeup Geek, so why not have more of it? We have the Pure Cosmetics Buff Collection. I got this maybe in a subscription box. I don't think I purchased it, but this reminds me of the Urban Decay something palette. I forget what it's called, but they're really pretty shades. When I first got it, I never used it. I heard so many people saying it was awful, and then one day I picked it up and I started using it, and I really liked it. So it taught me not to always go by what everyone says, to always make sure I try the palette before I just say, oh, everyone else hates it, I'm not gonna try it, because I ended up really liking this one. The next one is the Naked 2 Urban Decay palette, and it's just like a smoky eye palette, and I don't really use this. I think I used it when I first got it, but not as much anymore. It's just a palette, see? Just says, yeah, this is like, I think this is, nope, this isn't the smoky palette. I don't remember what palette this is, except for that it says Naked 2, and I think the Naked 1 looks like this one. I don't know. But, I mean, I used it when I first got it. When I first started getting into makeup, when I first started YouTube, I was getting all of the Urban Decay palettes. Like, I was obsessed with them. Then we have the Naked Urban Decay Smoky palette, like I was just calling that one, but that one's not smoky at all. This is a smoky palette, and it is smoky. I've used this one a lot. There's my fingerprint. Yeah, I mean, it's just a Urban Decay Smoky palette. I never, ever grab for it anymore. Ever. I never grab for it anymore. Just don't grab for it, never. The next one is the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette, and I purchased this one last year. And when I first got it, I made a video saying, oh my God, it's here, because I loved this palette so much. I don't grab for it as often anymore because, you know, the colors that you wear change and you decide that you like them like different colors every now and then. But I use this all the time when I first got it. I was using mostly these at first, and then I started going a little darker. This is a really wonderful palette. Definitely love the color scheme. I liked this palette, and I still do. I need to put this on top of my palette so I grab for it more often, because this is such a great palette. Are these two, and these two are the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbon Palette. I got this from TJ Maxx just the other week, and I haven't used it yet. I just can't figure out what I want to do with it. Like, this is a great base shade, but what about everything else? I don't know. So it's just it's a new palette that I have in my collection that smells really yummy and just made me hungry. And then I have the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, and it looks like, well, it looks like a chocolate bar, see? Looks like a chocolate bar. And this is what it looks like. I bought this, and then I never really used it. I think I just bought it because I was seeing a lot of videos of the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, and I wanted it. I wanted to be like everybody else, so I grabbed it, and then I never really used it. Okay, so I have the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I got this from Anne. When Anne first started her channel, she was like, I want to send you something to thank you for being supportive of my channel. And she's like, what palette do you want? Do you want me to get you the Anastasia Beverly Hills? And I was like, sure. And she sent it to me. But these are the shades. I used the crap out of this palette when I first got it. Like, hit pan there. Like, I love this palette so much. This is such a great palette. Like, if you don't have an Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, definitely get this one, because this is like such a staple for your makeup collection. It's such a great palette. I love that. And then I have the Soft Glam palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I got this from Debbie. She sent me like my own little box, and it was just so amazing. And this was in it. I've used it quite often since I've gotten it. I've only had it, I think, like 2 months, but this is such a great palette. It is a nice, it's a nice palette for every day, but you can do dramatic looks as well. Like, this is such a great shade, and so is that one. Oh, that one's really pretty too. I love this palette so much. I need to grab for it more, but when you have so many eyeshadow palettes, it's hard to grab for a palette a lot. But the thing about Anastasia shadows is that there's a lot of fallout, but they're more pressed pigment than they are shadows, like pressed shadows, so they can be hard to work with, but I do love those palettes. Okay, then I have a Bella Pierre eyeshadow palette, Go Natural, and this reminds me of the Pure Cosmetics palette that I just showed you guys. Kind of looks like the Urban Decay palette that I don't know what the name is, and it's just this. I haven't really used this, and I don't remember where I got this. Then I bought the NYX Sugar Trip Squad palette in Kohl's, and I bought it and I never used it. Not yet, but it is fun. Like, look how fun that is. That looks fun. Like, if I was gonna do something fun, I should use this. Will I? Probably not, but I do have a spunky fun palette in my collection now. I don't remember how much that was. Probably a stupid amount of money that I should never have spent. Okay, this is the Reveal 3D palette. It has 20 eyeshadows, and it's by Coastal Scents, and it looks like this. And I don't use this very often, probably because I have all these shades somewhere else. So, okay, we have Coastal Scents. Then I have the Royal Affair BH Cosmetics palette. When I went to TJ Maxx, I purchased one of these for my giveaway, and then I went back and I got another one because a lot of people said they really liked it. So this was $7.99. It looks like this. Let me take it out of the packaging so I can actually show you guys what it looks like. I don't have very many BH Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes, but I do like BH Cosmetics stuff. Like, I really do. So it has a nice big mirror here, and these are the shadows. I have not used it yet. My friend Things by the Burk, she has a channel, Things by the Burk, she said that she really liked this. So that's why I went back and I got another one, because I wanted to try it. At first I was like, I'm not gonna go out and get it because it's not gonna be colors that I wanna use, but after she said she liked it, I was like, all right, fine, I'll go get it. And it was only $7.99, so why not? Okay, then I have the Makeup Revolution Ultra Eyeshadows, 32 Ultra Eyeshadows, and I haven't used this yet, but it looks like this. And there's a lot of eyeshadows. They're just so small, and I just don't know what to do with them. And there's a huge mirror right here. But I do hear that Makeup Revolution eyeshadows are pretty good, so I do want to use this one day. I just don't know when I'm going to use it. I don't grab for it. I have the Ciate London's Pretty Fun and Fearless palette, and this is the collab with Chloe Morello. And This is okay. It's not like the best palette I've ever used, but I do use it. If I want to do like a purple shade, I do use this. Then I have two palettes from Trading Mecca, and these are really good. I don't talk about Trading Mecca a lot on my channel, but they are an indie brand and their eyeshadows are fantastic. They have pressed glitters that are amazing. So this one is the Camden Town Pressed Pigment Palette, and it looks like this. This is not the one that I grab a lot, but I do grab for this shade a lot, and this shade for base shades. Like this one's a really great for your inner corner, but Trading Mecca sent me their eyeshadows and I really enjoy this. I really enjoy their palette, and their packaging is beautiful. Like you can see how glittery and fantastic it is. And then this is the Malibu Pressed Pigment Palette, and this is the one that I grabbed for the most. And it looks like this. Also, these shadows you can change out. So like say you run out of this shade, you can get another one and put it in there. See? I really enjoy these palettes. They blend really nicely. I just don't grab for them as much as I want to. I just need to and I don't. Okay, this is the Smashbox Shape Matters palette. Everyone's already seen this. I got this, I don't remember, but it looks like this. And it has, these are bronzers and highlighters and face powders, eyebrow stuff. And these shades right here, my sister Amanda really likes this palette. She uses it all the time for her eyebrows, everything. And that's what made me want to get this. I have the Fiona Styles Mistake Free Makeup Eye and Face Contouring Palette. This has blush, bronzer, and eyeshadows. Problem is I dropped this. When I dropped it, I broke the mirror. It gave me 7 years of bad luck. And I just never grabbed for it anymore because I broke it. And then this shadow broke too. I heard this was really good. Like I heard that these are so pretty on and those are so pretty on and that bronzer is fantastic. But because I broke it, I never touched it. And I should. Someone told me that they found really awesome company on Amazon. They gave me the name and it was this company, Jacob and Eli. And it's 3 eyeshadow palettes. It's a collection, and these are actually fan-freaking-tastic, guys. If you're looking for a palette that has a lot of eyeshadow and it's cheap and it works really great, these are amazing. I think I actually did a video on them a while back. I just don't remember. So this one is the Hidden Gems palette, and this has like the purples in it, and it's so pretty. So it looks like this. It's a really great palette. Like these really are good eyeshadows. When I tell you they're good, they're good. It's not like those cheap powdery eyeshadows that kind of just don't work very well. Really good. So this one's the Hidden Gems. Then I have the Candy Peaches, which is probably my favorite one of the entire collection of these 3. And it looks like this. And this one's really great. This is really fun and pop of color, but you can do like a regular everyday look. Such a great palette. I really like that shade right there for like a center color. It is so pretty. It's like this green and it's just, I don't know. It's like a light green but white at the same time. Like, does that make any sense? And this is the Bear palette. Oh, and there's 18 shadows in each of these. And this is the Bear palette. And I do really like this one as well. I grabbed for this shade, this shade, this shade, this shade, and I think it was this one the most. This is a really great palette as well. I didn't think that these blended as well as the other 2 palettes, but it's still a good palette. So if you're looking for good, cheap palettes, try Jacob and Eli on Amazon. I'll try and make sure I link it in my description box. If not, Jacob and Eli. And it's the Bear palette, Candy Peaches, and Hidden Gems. Okay, so the next thing is this. This is the Tarte Treasure Box. I got this last Christmas, not the Christmas that just passed by, but the Christmas before. I bought this when it was on sale. And guys, this was my favorite thing to use for like 6 months. I bought this with my sister Amanda and we both kind of just like splurged on it. It's so cute. It came with liquid lipstick, an eyeliner, and a lip and a mascara all right here. And then on this side it has blushes and bronzers and a highlight. The highlight's not that great. I mean, just to be honest, it's not that great of a highlight. And this bronzer was my favorite, but I didn't really care for this one. The blushes are very pretty. But the eyeshadows are what I loved the most, of course. But they're so pretty. Like, This was just such a great palette. Like we have all these base shades right here, and then we have pops of color and we have shimmers, and it was just, I loved this thing when I first got it. Like I love this. I grabbed for it all the time and then I stopped. Next thing is the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. I also received this from Debbie and I love this palette so much. It's one of those palettes that I'm like, I didn't know that I needed, but when I got it, I was like, how did I live without it? This is so beautiful. So beautiful. I grab for this all the time. It's just such a pretty palette. It's not just pretty, it's amazing. It just is so nice. I love this shade and that shade and that shade. And these are so pretty. They don't have fallout, but they are kind of harder to blend because I believe they're more pressed pigments, I think. But this one blends out so gorgeous. It's like this peachy, pinky tone. Oh my gosh, so pretty. This is a duochrome, gorgeous. And then I believe that's a pressed glitter. I just don't use that one, but oh my gosh, this is such a great palette, guys. Such a great palette. I love it so much. I do, I love it so much. Okay, we're down to the last pile of eyeshadow palettes. Woo! The next thing is the Nubian palette by Juvia's Place, and I purchased this. Why am I telling you to purchase this? Of course I purchased this, but I got this because Anne used to talk about Juvia's Place all the time, and I wanted to try a palette that I thought that I would actually use because I'm not really big on color, as you guys know. And I got this and I loved it. I absolutely love this palette. This is in my everyday makeup drawer for sure. Like this is in my everyday makeup drawer. Doesn't leave my everyday makeup drawer. If I can't figure out what I want to put on my face, this is my go-to. The next is this Cargo Cosmetics palette. I bought this at TJ Maxx, and surprisingly, I actually use this. I thought this was gonna be the one palette I didn't use, but I use it. And their brush is actually pretty darn good. I use this to smudge out the bottom lash line, but this is really pretty. This gold is so gorgeous, guys. So pretty. It's like a true gold. Like when you want to put a gold on your eye, that is it. This is the Namaste in India eyeshadow palette by Cargo Cosmetics. I love this shade right here so much. And as you guys can tell, this one's almost already at pan. I use that one all the time, but I'm surprised how much I like this palette. I use this all the time, like all the time. I did not think I was gonna grab, out of all the things that I got from TJ Maxx, I didn't think I was gonna grab for that one, but I do. Okay, the next thing is the Twilight Dusk palette by You Can Be. And I don't remember where I got this. Did I get this in, I think, a haul video that I did from like a company like Wish, but it wasn't Wish? I don't remember. But I use this a lot. I really enjoy this shade right here. Right there. If I was to open this palette, I'm usually going for that shade. This shade right here is like my go-to shade all the time. Like I have that on my lids right now. And I didn't use this palette. Just that shade. I really like this palette. I don't know where it came from. I don't know. Just don't remember, but I use this all the time. Then I got the Bad Habit Athena eyeshadow palette. I got this in my Boss Goals, Goal and Boss, the Etsy box that Boss Goals? I don't know, but I got this in that mystery box that I received. It had office supplies and makeup. It was like the best of both worlds. It was the best of both worlds, and I really like it. I mean, it's not a bad palette. I was like, I don't know what I was expecting. I heard that it was really good, but I wasn't expecting it to be that good. I've actually used this quite a lot. I went on a date night and I had this on my face and it looked very, very nice. Yes, it did. Okay, then I have the BH Cosmetics Carly Bible palette. This is one of my first BH Cosmetic palettes that I ever bought. It was also probably one of my first palettes that I bought as well. And I loved the shit out of this thing so much. I just love this palette. It was so good. Such a great palette. And all of those highlighters, these were like my first like highlighters that I actually tried that were like more along the lines of higher end, when really they're not high end, but I thought they were. And they are so pretty. The highlights are outstanding. Like if you're looking for a cheap alternative to highlights, I mean, what? Like those are good. Those are nice. And the purples are really nice. That's why I use this palette, because I really like the purple. Okay, Violet Voss Pro Eyeshadow Palette. This is the HG Pro eyeshadow palette. When I first got this, I was in love with it. I used it every day, and now I don't know. I don't know what happened to me loving it so much. It just kind of disappeared in my life, and I haven't really used it as often as I should. But isn't that pretty? I love this palette. I got the mini of this, the mini palette that we received in our Ipsy in my giveaway that I had when that came in the Ipsy, and I love it. Such a great palette. Okay, Morphe. This is the Morphe 35F palette. I don't know why I bought this. I have no idea why I bought this. I'm just being honest with you guys. No clue why this is in my house. Why did I buy this? I don't use any of this. This is all shimmers. We have 3 rows of shimmers, and then these are the matte shades. Like, I might use that one, but I don't know why I have this. Why did I buy it? I don't know. It was a true waste of money for me. Waste of money. The next thing is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, and I love this so much. I use this so much. I used the crap out of this palette when I first got it. I remember Anne saying, Abby, this is such a good palette. You need to get it. And then I got it, and I did not stop using it. So good. Like, this is a great palette. If you are looking for a Morphe palette, great one to go to. Lots and lots of shades, lots of greatness going on here. They did a wonderful job with this palette. It's just so good. And I should use it more often because now that I don't know why I don't use it. I don't ever have an excuse on why I don't use my palettes. I just don't use it as much. But this is so good. Okay, the next one is, I only have 2 left, guys, and then we're done. Okay, the next one is, this is the Morphe palette. This is the 39A palette, and this is freaking fantastic. Again, Anne told me about it. And guys, this is amazing. Like, when I tell you, best Morphe palette out there, this is the best one. All the shades are amazing. They all blend fan-freaking-tastic. I love this palette so much. If I have a brown eyeshadow look on my face, that is what I'm using on my face. This is so pretty too. If I have a purple eyeshadow look, probably this palette. Blue, this is such a good palette. Great amazingness right here. Get this palette. That's why I saved it for the end, because it's fan-freaking-tastic. Yes, it is. And the last but not least is the palette that I made for myself. This is my Z palette, and most of these are ColourPop shadows, and then most of these are ColourPop shadows, and there's also a few Makeup Geek in there, and then there's like a pink blush, and the blush is in there. Why, I don't know. It's just in there. But I use this all the time. Like, if I can't figure out what I want to put on my face, I grab my Z palette that I created and I use this for every single eyeshadow look. And when I do like a green and yellow eyeshadow look, I use that green and that yellow right there. Like, I love this palette so much. And when I was making this palette, when I was creating it, I was getting all the shades from ColourPop. I remember talking to Becca Shear and Becca being like, Abby, you need color in your eyeshadow palette. Like, pick out more color. So I'd pick more out, and then I'd send her the shades, and she'd be like, nope, more color. And I would put more color in. She helped me with all the cool shades. So I love this so much. This is one of my favorite things to ever use. Glass Bull right here is my favorite shade. That one right there, oh my gosh, it's freaking fantastic. Look how great that is. Isn't that amazing? I love it so much. I love this so much. Yes, I do. All right, guys, so that is it for my eyeshadow palette collection. Woo! That was a long video, and I feel like my throat hurts. My throat really hurts from talking so much. Okay, before my camera dies, because it's gonna die because I just talked your ears off for so long. Okay. So before the giveaway, I'm going to talk to you guys a little for just a second. What do you guys think of my eyeshadow palette collection? Do you guys have a lot of eyeshadow palettes from subscription boxes? What are your favorite eyeshadow palettes that you use right now? I want to know. I'm going to give away the Misunderstood palette by ColourPop because I will not use it. I know I'll never use it. It's just going to sit there and go to waste. And I'm tired of purchasing stuff that I don't use. So I'm going to put this in. If I can close it right. Why can't I close this right? I broke it. So I'm going to put this in a giveaway today for this video. All I want you to do is tell me what your favorite eyeshadow palette is in your collection. I want to know what your one favorite go-to eyeshadow palette is that you use all the time. Tell me in the comments below. I want to know. I'm going to use a comment picker, and what that comment picker does is it will pick a comment at random, and I will write on that comment, congratulations, you've won my giveaway. Please email me at this email address, and please email me at this email address with your shipping information, and That's all you have to do for this giveaway. Make sure you're subscribed and you like this video. And that is it for today, guys. Please let me know what your favorite eyeshadow palette is that you're using right now. And let me know what you thought about this video. Did you like it? Is this something you want to see? I have tons of lipsticks. I have tons of highlighters, tons of blushes. Like, I have a lot of makeup. So if you guys want to see another part of my collection, let me know in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. I love you guys so much. I don't want to babble on any longer because it's going to be a long ass video. Long video. So I love you guys so very much. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.